Yo, what's up? It's your motherfucking boy, Jerv. Hold on. Okay. Two things I want to talk about today. Two things that subscribers and a lot of people that came into my channel were nailing me with. Okay. I want to talk about the hand wraps of Antonio Margarito, hence a second prediction for Margarito COTTO with a rematch, and my thoughts on the PACQUIAO MARQUEZ fight. Let me go first on the PACQUIAO MARQUEZ fight. I, like any other student, you know, when it comes to fights that have close decisions that were controversial at one point, like Morales, Barrera, the first two fights, even though they both won each, they were both controversial wins, So in the third fight, I pulled out my pen and paper, and I started making my own notes. I'm a good goddamn judge. I'm a good judge when it comes to scoring, because I look at everything. I don't get drawn away with the hype. Okay, so I was really trying to score the fight, okay? I was scoring the fight as we were going along. First of all, I got the prediction wrong. Even though I said Manny Pacquiao was gonna win, the way I said he was gonna win didn't happen the way I said it was gonna win. One-sided blowout. Therefore, it's a wrong prediction. Even though the outcome was right, the formula was not there. So I don't take credit for this, because Juan Manuel Marquez really showed everybody that the whole, steroid thing, he made Manny Pacquiao look human. He made Manny Pacquiao look, it's like maybe all those dudes that got blasted out by Manny Pacquiao, they were just not that great. Maybe Juan Manuel Marquez is greater than we all thought. Fucking greater than we all thought. Holy shit, I had the same feeling I had with Eric Morales, okay, when he fought Maidana. Even though they didn't win, somehow they won the hearts of everybody, a la Klitschko Lewis. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, I was scoring the fight like a Vegas judge, basically leaning towards Pacquiao, because I know how they're gonna judge it. Okay, so basically every close round I would give to Pacquiao, because I know realistically that's how it's gonna happen. With that being done, even giving the rounds to Pacquiao, the close rounds, I had it a draw at the end. I had it a draw, and that's favoring, I was leaning towards Pacquiao. Okay, that was live at the fight. At first I was like, why did you think, Marquez didn't get robbed? Don't get me wrong, he got robbed from his greatness. When I saw the scorecards, how they gave Pacquiao freaking up to 8-9 rounds. So I did something I rarely do. I rewatched the fight right away, like the same day. I rewatched it, and this time I wasn't judging it like a Vegas judge. I wasn't judging it, to Pacquiao. I want to judge it right. And I realized something. All the fights that I thought were close and I gave the rounds to Pacquiao, a lot of those were because of flurries that looked like they landed at that time. When Pacquiao do all those flurries, and a lot of the times weren't even hitting Marquez, but it looked like they were hitting him, especially during the moment. You know what I mean? Live, like right there, it looked like he hit him, but he didn't. Pacquiao missed a lot of shots. And one thing that a lot of people don't put in consideration, Marquez tore fucking Pacquiao's stomach. He was left hooking him, bam, 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 like power shots. They ignored the body shots. How do you ignore a Mexican's body shots? And then I started scoring it right, looking at the body shots, ignoring the flurries that missed. Holy shit, Marquez did get robbed. Wait a minute, but I didn't believe this. I didn't believe he got robbed, but he won more rounds. Maybe he got robbed. Holy shit. Then I looked at it again. I started playing it. It looked like Marquez landed the better, cleaner, sharper, harder punches, and Pacquiao threw the most punches. That's basically it. He like stole the fight. You know, kind of like, it reminds me of Leonard Hagler. You know, Sugar Ray Leonard and Hagler Hearns. You know, when some people say, yeah, I could have gone either way, but some really deep boxing fans say, you know, Hagler won the whole time. And then other people like, well, you know what? Leonard stole rounds, you know? At the end of the rounds, he would flurry and steal it. You know what I mean? So it just reminds me of Hagler Leonard. And I watch it over and over again. It's not like I'm not saying it was a robbery like point blank, but Marquez won more rounds. You know what I mean? It was a robbery. Okay, yeah, it was somewhat of a robbery, all right? I don't want to completely say it was a robbery because Pacquiao kind of made it close. And I think what made it worse was Berenstein telling, you know, it's funny, Berenstein, he's got a Jewish last name and he's Mexican. Berenstein, he was telling Marquez that everything was all gravy, that basically everything was in the bag, you know, and who knows? Marquez would have fucking probably popped him in 11th or 12th. Who knows? You know, but goddamn, you see, the thing that sucks about fucked up judges is that it steals fights. It steals fights. When you fight, it's supposed to only be two guys. Just like, you know, what was it? The bantamweight rematch that's gonna happen with Abner Mares and, oh damn it, what the hell's his name? Well, you know what I mean. We're talking about the rematch. You know, it was a freaking great ass fight, but the official overshadowed it. The official decisions overshadow it. And it's like, you know what? Back in the day, it was about, you know, boxing was about one guy versus one other guy. Now it's like one guy versus a whole town versus a damn judges and a referee. You know, like sometimes you gotta fight everybody, and it's not fair for somebody like Marquez. This would have been Marquez's Chavez Taylor fight. You know what I mean? It would have been his marking point. You see, a lot of people say the second fight was a robbery with Marquez and Pacquiao. They said the second one. But if you look at the scoring, through the whole overall scoring, that one point from that one knockdown split the fighters when you added the whole scorecards. Now that was a fair scoring. That was fair scoring right there. And I think that's what these lopsided scores from these ridiculous judges, that just, you know, that one judge that had a draw. Okay, I could have let a draw pass by, but Pacquiao winning by a large margin, that's the robbery right there. That's the robbery right there. And Marquez, man, he's gonna have to go back home, drink a freaking bottle of pee-pee, and call it quits. He wants to call it quits already, man. Like, I don't want him to call it quits. Damn, that's gonna suck. Oh yeah, now we're gonna have Pacquiao Mayweather. Mayweather's gonna blast the shit out of him. We know that. I know that. I've already made a prediction about it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not saying that he's gonna blast him because of this fight. I've already known Mayweather can beat him before this fight. Don't think that this Pacquiao is gonna fight Mayweather because Mayweather's not gonna fight Pacquiao the way Marquez did. So don't think this is why I said that. No, I've already said this before. This is not heat. So anyways, yeah, it was a good fight. It was a great fight. Oh my God, the fight before, you know, overshadowed it, kind of, but this was an entertaining fight. I love speedy chess matches. I love it. Okay, I don't have a problem with Pacquiao being the winner, but I have a problem with how he was the winner. Okay, you know what? I don't believe myself when I say I don't have a problem with him being the winner, because I would have been happy with a draw. But Marquez's body shots were ignored. They were ignored. Pacquiao, it hurt Pacquiao a few times when he hit him, pow, pow, in the rib. Pacquiao, I know that hurt, but fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Like, Pacquiao was scared, you know? And nobody's ever put fear in Pacquiao before. No one's ever put it. He should have been scored for that too, shit. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. I watched the fight 4 times already, and Marquez lands more punches. Yeah, Pacquiao probably landed like 2-3 left hooks that were really hurt Marquez here and there. But that's it. He landed what? 2 solid crosses that. But Marquez thumping, thudding, crack, crack. Like, man. But somehow, when I saw the fight live, I saw it closer. And I think it was because Pacquiao throws so fast punches that it looks like they land, but they don't. Even my wife said, I've never seen anyone make Pacquiao look like that. My wife doesn't watch fights with me much, but she watched this one. She's like, I never seen Pacquiao look like that. I never seen Pacquiao run. I never seen Pacquiao. I never seen him as competitive. He's always smoking people. I never seen him like this, you know. And to her, she was like, what? You know, man, we were actually arguing. My wife said Marquez won. And I'm like, come on, baby. You know, it was a draw at its best. Blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? But she's like, I just didn't see Pacquiao winning. You know what I'm saying? And I agree with her now. But, you know, obviously Pacquiao knows he didn't win. He knows he didn't win. After that interview, let's get it on. And, like, he was so nervous. I mean, at least we have the answer that he's not even on really steroids. Honestly, this shows me he wasn't on steroids. If he was on steroids, he would have blasted Marquez early. If he was like what people say he was on. Maybe Marquez was on what they thought he was on. Who knows? I'm just fucking with you. You know, this is how rumors start. Anyways, I want to talk about COTTO Margarito. Right after the Pacquiao fight with Marquez, there was the face-off. Oh my God, was it really heated. COTTO pulled out a picture. You guys gotta remember, I said I'm a psychologist first, boxing student second. Okay, before I get into this, I want to talk about pride and being proud. Being a person that's proud is not the same as someone who has pride. Being proud is someone who's proud of someone else doing something, or proud of your race, or you're proud of what you stand for, or what you've been through. Pride is solidified, no changing, fuck you, it's my way, booyah. Pride. Fuck pride. I realized that that's what I had when I was looking at the whole Margarito thing. Yeah, thank you. I had, you know, I had some people, some subscribers, some friends, couple trolls, you know what I mean? Tell me shit about, you know, how I didn't mention, you know, Margarito's plasters. Because the way I saw it was, well, he got caught in Mosley. Therefore, you know, he was only doing it there, maybe here and there when he ripped Lujan's ear or whatever. Maybe. But then I was like, wait a minute. That's pride. Hold on. Pride kept me from believing everyone else. No, but that's Margarito. I used to like him since I was younger. It just can't be. You know what I mean? It's kind of like saying that, you know, your favorite baseball player was on steroids or something this whole time and you're praising someone who was a cheater. So I didn't want to believe that. Pride kept me from being a psychologist. Pride kept me from being a student. Because Mexican pride, I don't know if there's any other pride out there besides the Latino pride that can't be broken or bent. But Mexicans have more pride than fucking anyone. And maybe because we beat up the French with broomsticks without guns and won. You know what I mean? Maybe that's why. Maybe because, you know, we have the roots for the Aztec roots. You know, the Aztec Mayan roots. Maybe. Whatever it is, it's not good. It's not good. I mean, you can see our pride when we fight. Face first. We'll die in the ring. So, I read this comment that kind of like lit a light. I said something in my prediction that Margarito doesn't get strong till 6 rounds and on. And some guy said, well, that's because he's waiting for the plaster to get hard. Holy shit. So I let my psychological part talk. I says, I was looking at Margarito when COTTO was showing him the picture. I never seen this picture. It's Margarito going like this, yeah, and you can see the crack in the knuckles. You can see the crack in the knuckles, and if you look at Cotto's face, you can see the welts of knuckle welts, like welts. I've been in many fights. I've seen many fights. I know what it looks like to get punched with a glove and knuckles. This motherfucker looked like he got punched with glove knuckles. I just thought Margarito was strong, but it never occurred to me, well, his body is not shaped of that of a person that would have that kind of power, lumbering slow, that will eventually kick into gear. You know what I'm saying? He has power of that of a short, stocky, muscular person, if it were to make that kind of damage, but it doesn't look like Margarito would swing hard enough to make that kind of damage. So I started really being a psychologist. I really started looking into it. And my psychologist part said this: you've seen it once, you've seen them all. If they've done it before, they'll do it again. So I started looking at the Luhan fight where he actually ripped the guy's ear. That would actually be assault with a deadly weapon if it was plastered at that time. I mean, he ripped his ear off his fucking head. When he fought Sergio Martinez, you know what I mean? That's just gonna give Sergio Martinez that much more, you know. I mean, I'm not saying he used it then, but if he used it now, could have done it before. And what I didn't like was when he was gonna fight Pacquiao, he joked about the wraps. He was like, he was getting his hand wrapped, and he's like, oh, I'm not looking, haha. You know, like, he was fucking around. That kind of was a red flag, but I quickly painted the red flag with white and green, and it's probably just pride. He's probably just fucking with me. But when I saw the face off, and then, you know, the crack, I immediately was reading his eyes, his body language. And his body language in Spanish, because we have a code in Spanish, he said, whoa, what do you want to do? You want to back out now? He didn't deny it. He didn't deny it. He says, well, so what? You want to back out now? Basically, that's saying, it is what it is. Whatever happened, happened. I beat you. Still not denying it. And I'll beat you again, and you want out of this fight. So basically, he is a cheater. And I never admitted it. I never wanted to. I'm a proud Mexican. I mean, I'm a Chicano. I'm a Pocho, but heritage of Mexican, and that's the pride. I thought it was that. Thank you guys for drilling it into my head, because you know I'm all about the truth. I'm not about secret agendas. I'm not about, you know, this ain't the fucking Illuminati. This ain't no secret society. This ain't. Why do you want to hide the truth? Okay, so therefore I want to look into what people are saying. You know, look at all. I started even getting subscribers telling me shit like, "Wow, man, you really believe that much into it?" Damn. Okay. So when I looked at that, I realized that Margarito is in fact a Margarito. So, and this is the way it's going to happen in the fucking rematch, okay? The only reason Margarito beat Cotto in the first fight, Cotto was ahead on all scorecards, it was because of the welts in his face. Obviously, his face was fucking swollen. And obviously, Cotto doesn't have that. He said it himself. I'm not a proud fighter. I'm not going to fight till the death. You know, if I have to quit, I have to quit. You know what I'm saying? So that's why he quit. He doesn't want to fucking go blind or die. You know what I'm saying? It's a different kind of pride. You know, he has a pride but for his family. You know, not for a country. You know what I'm saying? He has more of a pride for himself, being proud. It's not pride, it's just humble. You know what I'm saying? Fuck that macho shit. That kills you. And besides, especially when you're cheating, it's not macho, it's a fucking thug. You know? So anyways, that's the only reason Cotto went down. I feel like the same shit's gonna happen as the first fight, without the plaster, which means Cotto's gonna outbox Margarito safely. Margarito's gonna get close to him in rounds 11 and 12. Basically, too little, too late. Cotto's gonna outbox him, and he's gonna get the revenge. Simple. It's not gonna be a candidate for Fight of the Year. It's not gonna be. Well, yeah, it's gonna be explosive, but not like the first one. Because what made the first one what it was the actual plaster, if anything. Because that's what made the fight closer. Cotto was fucking drilling fucking Margarito's head off up till the 8th round or so. And then Margarito started lumbering little by little by little by little. And then Cotto's face started just coming apart. And obviously it was the plaster. You know, it was the plaster. You know, if I gotta say, with conviction, it was the fucking plaster, okay? Without the fucking plaster, Margarito wouldn't have done that shit. So Cotto is gonna outbox him. He's gonna be walking around because you gotta remember, Cotto's a little stronger on this weight now. Margarito, even though he's stronger, I thought that his muscles would kind of replace the plaster. But, you know, welterweight, junior middleweight, it's not so far. You know, so I think, if anything, Cotto's going to have more energy and not really drain out late. You know what I'm saying? So Cotto's going to take this one. I'm not going to take the other video down because, you know, even if Margarito wins like I predicted the first time, I would say, wow, you know, I'm not going to say, ha ha, I told you. No, fuck no, because this is my official prediction, okay? This is my official prediction because I believe that Margarito is actually a cheater now. I do believe that now. Thanks to everybody trying to open my eyes for that. You know what I mean? I had to see it for myself, and I did see it for myself. The psychologist in me, and fucking mathematician, and science, and whatever. Just inside of my head, and just that's my outcome, is that he did use the plaster for Lujan, he used the plaster for Cotto, and he used the plaster for, you know, because, I mean, yeah, come on, man. Who else would have that kind of a slow lumbering power, who was skinny and really, really scrawny? Doesn't look like he would have that ripping uppercuts like the way he does, you know? And come on, think about it. They took his weapons away, and what happened? He got destroyed by an old Mosley. Yeah, you know, he got destroyed. Oh, and plus, his shit's all shattered now because of Pacquiao. That's going to come back. That's going to come into play. When you break something, it's never the same. Never the same. So expect Margarito to have a fat fucking Quasimodo eye, and his plaster's never going to get hard. Therefore, he's not going to get close to Cotto. And that's it. I'm so glad Kirkland won. I'm so glad you can't measure heart, man. And Wolf behind him, she knew. Kirkland was in there lumbering. He was like, at first, he was like how I predicted him to be, you know, just wide. And fucking Angulo shot him in the fucking mouth. Boom, drops him. But then Angulo punched himself out. Ugh, I've never seen somebody try to knock somebody out so desperately. He ran out of fucking wind. Then Kirkland practically knocked him out in the first round. Yeah, because he pa. You know, my prediction was like, what, halfway, right? There was first Hagler-Hearn fight. Both men went down, except Ann Wolf was on Kirkland's shoulder this time. And all those fucking times of her dropping him off in the bottom of the hill. All right, motherfucker, chase me. And she drives up the hill in the truck, making Kirkland chase her in the back. You know, those little things right there. That's what kicked into gear. I'm fucking proud of Kirkland, man. And this is an emotional win for me. Okay, so just going back to the Pacquiao, it wasn't a fair fight. It wasn't a fair scoring. I mean, Marquez should have taken it. Body shots galore. Goddamn, thudding rights and shit. Cotto's gonna beat Margarito in the second fight without the plaster, so that's what's gonna happen. And Kirkland, goddamn, welcome back, boy. Welcome back, man. All right, I'm fucking proud. I'm proud of you, man. All right, man. So this is Germs Boxing. Any questions you guys got, you let me know, okay? Okay. Yeah. Peace.